All right, guys, hang in there. Keep working hard. Next two questions, 18 and 19. Starting with 18. So here we have to figure out how many fish would go into a pool, and we're basing that off of the ratio of fish in a lake to the volume of the lake. So I think the easiest way to do this would be set up a proportion, okay? So when you set up a proportion, you just need to be very careful. The first thing we're talking about is we're talking about a lake and we're talking about a pool. And we're talking about two aspects of that lake. We're talking about the number of walleye, which is fish, right? So the number of fish, and we're talking about the volume of the lake, all right? Now, if we can fill in these numbers carefully, we can set ourselves up a proportion. So there are 2.2 times 7 times 10 to the 7th fish in the lake. The total volume of the lake is 4.83 times 10 to the 11th. Now, what do they tell us about the pool? They say the pool with a volume of 200,000 cubic meters. Now, notice volume is on the bottom, so we'd have to put 200,000 cubic meters on the bottom. Now, we don't know how many fish should go there. That's what we're trying to figure out. So in a proportion, we know that there are something called cross products. So this has to equal this. So I can simply say that 4.83 times 10 to the 11th times x should equal 2.2 times 10 to the 7th times 200,000. Now, if we go from there, I think you guys can solve this. Simply multiply these two together, and then in order to get x by itself, we have to divide by this number in scientific notation on both sides. Remember, in this case, on your calculator, the EE button is your friend, and the EE button takes care of times 10 when something is written in scientific notation. So imagine the EE button going in place of times 10 there, and going in place of times 10 there when you type it in. Okay, let's move on to question 19. Question 19 has a triangle, and inside that triangle is another triangle. And I have one cut out for you to demonstrate if I can find it. There it is. All right, so we have a triangle within a triangle, something like this. And they're asking us what transformations can get us from the small shape to the large shape, all right? Or from the large shape to the small shape, either way. Now, one thing that you guys were really good at this year is knowing that any time that something changes size, okay, we're dealing with a dilation. So there are 4 answers. Any of the answers that don't include dilation, we can easily eliminate. Now the only thing that we have to figure out is this a translation? Sorry, is it a reflection or is it a rotation? So would I reflect this shape to get it to line up, or would I rotate this shape to get it to line up? If you can figure that out, then this question will be a piece of cake.